I call the member for Moulton.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, when my partner and I first decided to move to the south side because we thought it was a great place to raise a family, we chose Acacia Ridge to live. And Acacia Ridge is a very special place because it's about a stone throws away. It's about a couple of k's down the road in the car from the Acacia Ridge TAFE. And if you've heard me speak about how proud I am about the Acacia Ridge TAFE, you're about to hear it again. Because the Acacia Ridge TAFE is not just the largest trade training centre in Queensland. It's not just the largest trade training centre in Australia. It's the largest trade training centre in the Southern Hemisphere. And if you go there, you'll know that it teaches 1,000 to 1,300 students a day. If you go there, you'll see cars sitting up on dynos with their wheels spinning so that we can train the next mechanics for the future. If you go there, you'll see stairs being measured up by young people who are going to be chippies that can build the homes that we know that we need right now. And if you go there, you'll see sinks hooked up to electrical boxes because we're training the next set of workers as sparkies. And when I was there last with the Minister for Training, we met Ian. And Ian was training to be a sparky, but for him, it was a second shot. You see, Ian had worked for many years in a completely different industry, and free TAFE was his opportunity to go back and to make a contribution to his family and our economy in something that he thought he might never have the opportunity to do. And for people like Ian, it's not only their second shot, it's a shot in the arm for those trades and that training that we need for our country. And much like the Member for Leichhardt's example with Terry, a nurse who went back to study what she loved, it is the Terrys and the Ians who benefit from Labor's investment in free TAFE. And in free TAFE, we saw the 2023 rollout, and in 2025, we saw that legislated and made permanent. And in 3 years in Queensland, we've seen 134,000 enrolments. We know what the Coalition's position is on free TAFE because the member for McPherson can talk about the messaging coming through, but the messaging coming through from those sitting opposite is loud and clear. They voted against it. The messaging coming through from those opposite is loud and clear. They don't want people to be able to access free TAFE. Now, Deputy Speaker, I think it's worth taking a closer look at what free TAFE has meant for Queenslanders. Because we've seen 10,000 students in the Diploma for Nursing, we've seen 4,800 students in the Cert 3 in individual support for aged care and disability support, we've seen 10,000 students in construction sector courses, and what this means is saving for students and more qualified workers in critical services. Savings for a Diploma of Nursing up to $15,900. Savings in a Cert 3 in electrotechnology up to $1,700. And of late we've seen a bit of scaremongering by the LNP and the Crisafulli government talking about what TAFE funding looks like. But it's worth looking at the facts on this matter. Because currently free TAFE, in their agreement with the Queensland, has the Albanese government contributing $85 million over 3 years, and the proposal for a new agreement is for $188 million over 5 years, increasing the contribution per student from $1,309 to $1,759. And we're investing up to $2.5 billion over 5 years in Queensland, an increase of $690 million compared to the previous agreement. Deputy Speaker, we know that free TAFE is valued. And despite the cynicism that we've seen from those opposite, including from the former Leader of the Opposition who said, if you don't pay for something, you don't value it, I believe that when you value something, you participate in it. And that's what we've seen Queenslanders do. And I believe that if you value something, you invest in it. And that's what Labor has done.
Thank you, Member.